Yo, you want to debate? Yeah. What's the topic? Give me your defense and your logic. We can talk the Warriors or the Rockets, but if it's LeBron's the GOAT, stop it. Stop. Tune in every week and catch us on the podcast, but don't get mad at me if I tell you that your squad's trash. We hitting everything hard from these fighters that just got smashed. The players getting waived who came up and who just got cash. We talking firings, hiring streaks by Ironman. Whose team's acquiring, who's done and who's retiring. Who you're admiring, players you find inspiring. College athletes aspiring and contracts that's inspiring. What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the podcast, the Playmakers Lounge podcast. I am your host, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. Here today with two of my nearest and dearest friends, ready to talk some sports, ready to talk some shit, ready to talk some smack. The first person I got with me to my left is my man, Hijack Gaming. Say what up to the people, Hijack.
Man, I thought he was going to be nice. He said nearest and dearest like that. I thought he was going to have a good time.
We might though. And I also got with me my man, the ugliest guy on earth, Ricky No Smiley. Ricky, say what up to the people, pretty Ricky.
Good afternoon, but I hate light-skinned people.
It's a good thing I'm medium, mid-range.
Kidding me?
All right, guys, well, we're back. We took a little hiatus, the holidays and all that good jazz. But, we're back again. We got some fire topics for you guys today. The first thing, of course, we're going to have to talk about is it's been 15 long years. And Mike Tyson came back to the ring this weekend. And Roy Jones hugged him for 8 straight rounds. What did y'all guys think about the fight?
You pretty much summed it up right there.
Yeah. I like the fight, but it was a waste of time.
Really?
Yep.
It showcased Mike Tyson still got his speed and his athleticism. I like the way Mike Tyson moved. Like, feel like Roy Jones wasn't even supposed to be in that ring. It was too much. It was like he was doing way too much hugging, and like I'm looking at Tyson. I'm like, oh, Tyson would have knocked him out back in the day after that move. Like I just seen the shots that he could have tore up, and then they come out with this bullshit ass draw.
Right.
You saw what Tyson said after. He said Roy was the only one willing to fight him.
I mean, well, Evander was willing to fight him too, but for whatever reason, they didn't put that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but like in the post-fight interview, Mike was like, Roy was the only one, and then like a little bit later on, you got the whole Evander's ready shit. I was like, what the hell? But I guess that means you might get more of those kind of fights, I guess.
But Tyson did look scary in there, though.
Right. Tyson said
the way he was moving around his hips and the way he was moving, I was like, oh my goodness, this dude he'll still knock a 54. Somebody, an elder fighter, I think he'll give him competition.
Well, he's trying to start a Legends League, so he's trying to
but that's all sports.
Right. But he's trying to do it with boxing. Nobody's doing it with boxing. So that's, what I thought was funny was they were like, no knockouts. But it looked like Mike Tyson was trying to knock Roy Jones out. He was throwing some haymakers in there.
I believe that was staged because I believe he really threw those, and Roy Jones had plenty of time to move away. These trained boxers.
Well, I think part of that too, though, is like if we would have saw Roy Jones fight Mike Tyson both in their prime, that lets you know, though, watching that fight, it would have been interesting because Roy Jones would have still been faster than Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson would have been stronger than Roy Jones. So I think Mike Tyson wins the fight, obviously. But I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Roy Jones with one of those haymakers just because Roy Jones would have been faster than him back in the day. He was naturally a smaller fighter. But if Mike catches him with one of those punches, you know what I'm saying? Like, right straight to sleep.
I mean, if Mike catch anybody with one of those punches, it's night time.
Right.
It's crazy. I do that fight
I just
all
like
the
the
time.
way he still did his Mike Tyson thing. He got in.
Right.
Head bobs, you know what I'm saying? He was in there. It looked good. He looked nice out there. I was like, damn, I was surprised.
Well, that's part.
I guess he still is Iron Mike.
I think that's just muscle memory though. At this point, like they've been doing that for 20 years. They know how to move.
People don't do like the way Tyson do it. Right. Like it's different. Like Tyson is a different beast with that.
But I feel like with that too, though, I feel like he worked on that because if you watch like the last 7-8 years of his boxing career, he wasn't really moving the head as much. That's why he was getting beat in those fights. Like at the beginning of his career, he was all active, head movement, all that stuff, gloves up here. You couldn't hit him. But then once, Castanado passed away, he got away from that after he went to prison a little bit. And when he got out,
stopped caring. He stopped caring about the sport.
And so then his fighting changed a little bit, but it looked like he went back to his old school style and it looked like he practiced that and he worked on that head movement and getting in and out, so he didn't get caught.
It looked nice as the way I like boxing. I like Tyson's my favorite of all time, so I like it.
He's one of mine, man. He's one of mine. I liked Royal Jones Jr. a lot too. Growing up,
those were my two though. That's the crazy part. Those are my two.
We ordered all the pay-per-views when in our house, and I those are two of my favorites. I liked. I'm a huge Pernell Whitaker fan. I'm a huge Floyd fan. I like obviously Sugar Ray Leonard. I like some old school boxers too. Probably my favorite 5 boxers right there. So let's talk about the real fight though. Let's talk about Nate Robinson going night.
Not really a real fight though. I mean, that dude is an actual trained boxer, even though he's novice. He's still a trained boxer. So Nate should have went to sleep. And Nate was out there bitch wilding. I like, what are you doing?
I will say this though. I feel as if that first knockdown though, Jake Paul did hit him in the back of the head.
No, he didn't.
I see, man. Every time I see that replay, it looks like he hit him like right back here. And then Nate just, I'm not making no excuses for Nate because Nate was gonna get.
He didn't hit him in the back of the head, bro.
Man, it looked like he hit him in the back of the head. Looked like he wanted to hit him in the back of the head.
It didn't look like. I didn't see no back of the head action, man.
Me either, bro. He got slapped in the. It was like it came down from that angle, but it wasn't no back of the head action.
I don't know, but either way, I feel for my man Nate because
that boy went to sleep.
And then what we have to recognize, what we have to acknowledge, Snoop Dogg is a national gem. Snoop Dogg on commentary was everything for the fights. It was everything, like Snoop had me done. They need to get Snoop contracted.
Got basketball shoes on.
Right.
Got basketball shoes on.
They need to get my man's contracted to commentate on more stuff because he was commentating in hockey a ways back and it was quality too. Snoop's a clown. So,
Well, he got the commentary that we would love to have, like just some real straight up commentary. Like he commentate like the way we watch the games.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Oh shit.
Right, man. That was everything, man.
Shit, that concert had me goddamn grooving when he went down all the way back from doggy style all the way up. I like this man, he doing his thing.
My question is, what did the average non-black person think when YG was up there performing at the concert? Like,
that's what that was.
Yeah. I don't want to make this a race issue, but what did y'all think? If y'all see this comment below, what did y'all think when YG was performing? Because I was like, man, they should have probably got somebody else besides YG because this motherfucker.
I didn't know who it was. I was in a little lounge, so I ain't had I had the silent. It was on silent until the big fight came on. I like, yo, who is that? Who is that?
And he wasn't even like playing his fire cuts either. He's playing some of his newer stuff, and his newer stuff's not as dope as the stuff that you knew YG from, So I don't know. It had me looking at the TV like, man, y'all could have got anybody else to perform. Y'all got YG, but it is what it is. I'm not trying to hate, although it may sound like it.
Call it. But I was gonna say, because Nate did pretty much exactly what I expected him to do. Like, just like I felt like when I was looking at that fight, I was like, Nate's gonna come out and just try to street fight him, and that never works against somebody that's like has boxing skills,
Right.
Because like you're gonna come out, you're gonna be wild, you're gonna try to just do everything you can, and just like Jake Paul did. I mean, he just back up and just find your shot.
That's crazy because he only hit him 8 times, and Nate Robinson went down 3 of those times.
Right.
So,
But that's 100% on training.
Well, part of that too, though, is we have to acknowledge that Jake Paul is naturally bigger than Nate Robinson too. So, he's naturally probably 25, 30 pounds bigger than him. So it's probably not a fight that Nate Robinson should have picked.
He stuck his foot in his mouth and
I agree. I definitely agree. Without a shadow of a doubt, I definitely agree. But I didn't realize the size difference until they got into the ring, with each other, and you're looking at them and you're like, oh, this might not be pretty.
Yeah, but I think that happens to anybody, really. If you go in if you jump in a boxing ring trying to street fight with a boxer, like, that's pretty much what's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. And then, like, you wear yourself out too when you go in there and you try to throw all your power punches and you're running all around the ring. You're already, boxing condition is different than basketball conditioning. You know what I'm saying?
Even like Snoop was saying, "You slow down, son. Slow down, son." Right.
That shit was embarrassing. I was like, dude, this dude embarrassing himself. Like, when he first came out, I was like, this is bad.
Yo, and then the memes immediately. I was not ready for the memes immediately. They were.
I believe he was still on the mat before the memes came out. Man.
Right.
He was still sleeping. Them memes came out.
Hey man, the internet don't play, man.
They be ready. Like, man, the Simba one always kills me, man. Every time I see that meme, it always kills me, man. It always makes me like.
It's the quickest and easiest one to make.
Right.
And it's always a hit.
Always a hit. Always a hit. Or the one where they had, Mama was laying the blanket over him like he was going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, the memes be fire. Do you want to see a dead person? You know what I'm saying? The boys in the hood.
That one always gonna come.
Always gonna come when somebody get knocked out. Friday. Yeah, they was fire. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to this next topic. I got something else for y'all today, a little different. I want y'all to tell me, who do y'all think is a better receiver right now? Tyreek Hill or Keenan Allen?
Oh, man, receivers are so dependent on how
good your quarterback is. Yeah, well, quarterback in the offense, so it's so tough.
It's just
I haven't seen. I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody Tyreek Hill besides. But he's only strived with Patrick Mahomes. He really wasn't doing all that with fucking check down Alex. So I don't know, man. I really can't say. Yeah. I mean, he's a dope receiver. He runs routes. He's fast. He can catch. But he got Patrick Mahomes.
Right. Yo. I'm gonna step out there since y'all pussyfooting around the topic. I'm gonna step right out there and be like, I like Keenan Allen. If I had to take one to be a better receiver, I feel like if you put Keenan Allen in Kansas City, he would put up ridiculous ass numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so.
But that's what I was saying. It depends on what kind of offense you're running. No, he'd still be productive. He'll be productive.
He wouldn't put up numbers like fucking like Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill runs a sub 4.2, bro. It's a big. That's a big difference, bro.
But the difference between Keenan Allen
and Tyreek, it would be a different kind of offense.
Right. Keenan runs every route. He's got better hands. He's dope. Have you watched Keenan play this year?
They got Kelsey for that. That's what I'm saying. I think they built that offense around nothing but speed. Keenan Allen wouldn't do as well on that offense. I think. I mean, he still would be productive because he's a great wide receiver.
No, because you still have
Hardman
to take the top
speed.
off.
And then you have Robinson still too. So
speed.
Right. And so with Kansas City, he's not going to get double teamed. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to throw double teams at him. In San Diego, he's getting double and triple teamed, and he's still putting up gaudy ass numbers.
He's also getting a lot of balls.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. He would still be in that role where he's gonna get 120 plus fucking catches because he's gonna do what Kelsey does, but faster. Like him and Kelsey would be underneath, and then Hardman would still be taking the top off.
Robinson
and
too.
you probably send Watkins.
Sammy Watkins, yeah. So you got so many. You got so.
So you don't even. They'd still have the production and whatnot. It's Tyreek fits that offense better, I guess. But I feel like Keenan could probably play anywhere.
Right. Yeah, he can play anyway. He's still gonna be great, but I don't think he'll be as productive as Tyreek in that offense. That's what I was saying.
I feel like if you put Tyreek in San Diego, they can just, you know what I'm saying?
He won't be as productive.
Not even close to as productive, you know?
Because you ain't got Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball 60 yards down the fucking field.
I don't know, man. Herbert be slinging that thing, man.
You think he throwing 60 yards down the field accurate like Mahomes like
Herbert be well. I mean, Tyreek got that speed that he gonna go get it. That's like don't discredit that. Like when you got speed like that, you can kind of just launch that thing and let him go run under it. But, I mean, I'm not saying Herbert is Mahomes. I'm just saying, like, he be bombing that thing if you watch the Charger games now. Like, they're actually kind of fun to watch now, kind of. You know, they still chokers, but, you know.
I was watching the little daytime talk shows, First Take, or not First Take, but Undisputed this morning. And they was talking about, it was Colin. It was one of them, but they was talking about Bill Belichick should go over there to fucking San Diego.
That'd be interesting.
Right.
It'd be interesting. I mean, San Diego, they always have, or Los Angeles, they always have injuries. Yeah, like that's usually their issue. Even this year, they lost Derwin James, Austin Eckler. They get injuries every year.
The only reason Herbert's playing is because Tyrod Taylor got hurt. Right. So
that doctor
staff. I believe everybody knew that though. What the hell? He's like, okay, this is Tyrod Taylor last game.
Right.
He's a dunner.
Right. And
the doctor was like, let me just go ahead and make sure.
I didn't realize that the Chargers hired Doc Kevorkian just to check out my man Tyrod. Yeah, that was crazy too, though, because it was like Herbert went off and they were like, we're still going to start Tyrod next week. Somebody's trying to get fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, just throw Herbert in. Just throw him in. Let that boy play. That boy getting off. That boy good.
It's been the whole year. But, you know, same old Chargers still got to hold that L.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
Let's talk about TB12, though. Let's talk about that guy.
What you want to say?
I want to just say, was it the fucking system that had him fucking winning over there now? Because he did a whole lot better with less over there in New England.
Well, okay, here's things that we have to think about. Tom Brady is 42 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so he's going somewhere else and playing at the age of 42, where the system is.
I think he's 43.
Where the system is completely different. So now you want this guy to do things that he's never done before. And you didn't have no training camp. So he never got an opportunity to find out these players' skills, strengths, weaknesses, where they want the ball. They didn't get that practice in. They don't get the practice like they normally practice with COVID. So it's like, I don't feel like you can be mad at Tom Brady or be like, oh, he was a system quarterback when he's 42 years old now. And nobody at 42 is putting up the numbers Tom Brady's putting up right now. So
his numbers are still good.
Right. So it's like, you know, it's one of those things like, Jay just said, well, it's still Los Angeles. They're still going to do what they're doing in Los Angeles. Tampa Bay is doing better than what Tampa Bay ever does. You know, other than right after Dungy left and they got Gruden, Tampa Bay hasn't really been a good football franchise. So they're still doing better than what their franchise is used to doing. And this man's 42 years old. We're never going to get to see if Tom Brady would have been a great, I don't want to say that because I think he would have been great anywhere. I think he's the GOAT. But we would never get to see Tom Brady, 5 Super Bowl Tom Brady anywhere else because he spent all that time in New England. No matter what you want to say about Belichick and the system, Tom Brady was the one on the field executing the plays. Without Tom Brady, those plays don't happen. They didn't go to the Super Bowl with any other quarterback. They didn't win with Drew Bledsoe before Tom Brady. I mean, I understand that whatever your boy's name was, when Castle came in, they went 10-6 or whatever. They didn't make the playoffs. 11-5. They didn't make the playoffs. They didn't win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I understand Garoppolo went 3-0 or whatever, but Garoppolo's doing all right in San Francisco too. He may not be sweet. He just took a team to the Super Bowl. He's doing all right. San Francisco was hot ass before he got there. I'm not saying he was great. I'm saying he's all right. He's good enough.
He took him to the Super Bowl, CJ? That's what you're finna say to me?
I mean,
was he on the team that went to the Super Bowl?
It's not like he's Trent Dilfer or Joe Flacco.
He's very, 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 very.
Nah.
I would take playoff Flacco over fucking that guy any day.
No, hold on. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna sit here. We're not gonna sit here and act like Jimmy G did not get off a little bit last year. He had a good season.
He had a good.
They didn't even give him. They didn't even let him pass in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
they were like, no, we're taking the ball out of your hands.
That was on the coaching.
When it matters.
That was on the coaching. But okay, so let's look at Jimmy G last year.
Because he asked.
But if the coaches don't trust him, like
yeah, but see, here's the thing though, you can't even say the coaches don't trust him because San Francisco was straight ass cheap before Jimmy got there. And remember, he went 2-0 or he went 5-0. You know what I'm saying? Then he got injured, and then he went 13-3. So last year, Jimmy G had a decent quarterback rating of 90.
But what did he do in the playoffs?
Hold on. He had a quarterback rating of 102 last year. So we're not going to sit here and act like Jimmy G was straight ass cheeks.
What did he do in the playoffs, CJ?
I'm talking about Jimmy G as a whole. I said did he not help get them to the playoffs? They went 13-3. So they got home field advantage. Why? Because Jimmy G had a 102 quarterback rating and the defense was monsters. It's not like Jimmy G was trash last year.
The defense was monstrous. You said it. All you got to do is you need a quarterback to motherfucking goddamn maintain a fucking game. He did what Tom Brady did in his earlier years.
102 quarterback rating. 102 quarterback rating is not maintaining. That's balling out. Straight up and down.
Bro, I don't even fuck with that quarterback rating shit because I don't know the calculations of that shit. So I don't care. I'll look at the fucking game, bro.
That was let me give Kittle 137 catches underneath and let him just run.
Exactly.
So I mean, he threw 27 touchdown passes though. So it's not like he just was trash. And that's my thing. He's better than a Flacco had been in the regular season. He's better than a Trent Dilfer. He contributed to that Super Bowl run. They may not have won, but he contributed to that run.
Back to this question at hand. Tom Brady.
It's too.
He was motherfuckers. I think since they say he called the plays and all that stuff, I think he's trying way too much. He's trying to prove himself when he shouldn't. And I don't think Bruce Arians gonna be there next year.
Well, that's the thing. Brady had signed for 2 years. Like he still does have next year.
That's why I said I don't think Bruce Arians gonna be there next year.
I think he will. Because normally quarterbacks in year number 2 under Bruce Arians, that's the year they take off. So every quarterback who's played in his system, they struggled in the first year, and the second year they take off.
Bro, well, like I said, I was listening to some sports talk. So Bruce Arians, they use this quarterback whisperer. Why do people say that? I don't even now that I look at it and really look at it, why do people say that? Every year, his fucking quarterback leads the league in fucking interceptions.
That's the first year. That's the first year they play in the system, and then the second year they do better. No, that's just the first year they play in the system.
You gotta take Jameis out of that list.
Bro. No. Okay, put Andrew Luck in there. Put Big Ben in there. All of them, bro. All of them.
5. They're probably still a playoff team.
Who? The Bucks.
They can be.
I think they'll make.
They're still gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're still gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. They're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna make a wild card. Because that was supposed to be an extra team in here this year, right?
Right, 7.
Yeah. So they definitely gonna make the playoffs. And I think they got a cakewalk schedule the rest of their games. I don't believe they have a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, they probably play the Panthers, the Falcons. And then they probably had a third place schedule last year, so they probably play the Bears.
They already played Bears.
They play the Redskins maybe, or the Giants. The Redskins, you know what I'm saying? The Giants maybe. I mean, they play a pretty cakewalk schedule. They probably play San Diego still. You know, they probably play.
My man saying all the wrong names. He said Redskins. He said San Diego. These teams are gone, bro.
Well, no, I'm saying that's who Tampa Bay plays.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I'm just saying,
yeah. You're right. I'm old. All right, leave me alone.
Let me see. They got a bye week this week or next week. They got Minnesota, Atlanta, Detroit, and Atlanta.
Yeah, but they got a pretty favorable schedule.
Atlanta and Detroit.
That's a playoff team.
Well, they're probably going to take one L to Atlanta. Atlanta's winning one of those games.
Atlanta playing pretty decent now. And all those close games are actually winning now.
What did I tell y'all was going to happen? Atlanta was going to start off terrible, and then they were going to finish up like 7-9, 8-8 before the season.
Well, it's weird that it's happening under Raheem Morris, though. Like, considering how bad he did the last time he was a head coach, and now he's like, what I think they said they're 5-1 since they put him in there.
I mean, the players must like him,
4-2.
4-2. Yeah, they got Atlanta twice, Detroit, and Minnesota. And they play Atlanta in the last game. Expect people to sit in.
Yeah, so they'll probably win out, probably lose. I mean, lose one of those games, one of the Atlanta games.
But it'll be good football. Good football. All right, so I know you're happy right now, Ricky. Your boy LeBron signed 2 years.
Wait. We just gonna skip off of football without talking about.
We'll come back.
Beat our last on Thanksgiving.
We'll come back. So how you feel about?
I'm not gonna talk about that shit. I don't even know what Thanksgiving means.
How you feel about LeBron getting that contract?
I have to look more into it, but I don't know. I have to look more into it because all these clutch players getting all this damn money, man. Because him and motherfucking KCP got monstrous ass contracts. I don't know how that's gonna fare well with the build of the rest of the team. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
You gotta pay LeBron though.
Fucking $85 million
for 2 years though. 2 years. You gotta pay LeBron.
Shit.
You gotta pay LeBron. If
anybody,
but
he's still, bro, he is LeBron.
Right,
he
right,
is LeBron.
Right,
he's fucking 34 years old this year, bro.
Nah, isn't he like 30?
I mean, 36, 7 years old, 37.
36 or 37. He's old. That man is only a few years younger than me.
$5 million. God.
For 2 years, though. 2 years. 2 years. That's not that bad. 42 and a half.
That's not that. I mean, it's LeBron, but at age fucking 36, 37.
He's still dominant, though.
Right.
But him and KCP, you see how they got them motherfucking contract. They giving everybody else pennies on a dollar.
Right. Well.
So, and then they still waiting on AD. AD finna get fucking 100 and something plus million, maybe 2.
Let's hope AD comes to Chicago.
Nah, that's not finna happen.
Wendy. We don't know that yet,
That's not. AD is not going nowhere. He always been trying to get to fucking LA. You think he's just gonna play one season and leave?
He got his ring.
No, that ain't what he came for. He wanted to play in LA.
We'll see. Only time will tell.
I ain't even worried about that. That's the least of my worries.
I mean, so what do you think about y'all picking up Trez?
I like all our pickups so far.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like y'all picking up Trez made the Clippers a little better because I feel like Serge Ibaka is a better player than Trez is. So that allows them to go get Serge Ibaka.
I mean, you'll get more on defense with Serge.
Right.
You'll get more on offense with Trez. But at the same time, Serge still can give you some offense.
And he can shoot the three. He can help
that's what I'm saying. So that's where they take, like, they're far apart. But Trez a little younger, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hopefully he come in there and he do his intimidation shit, man. Just be fierce. You know what I'm saying? Be another great 6 man. I don't give a fuck. Just do what you do. I like Trez. I like Trez in Louisville though. So
yeah, I like Trez too, man.
Speaking of the Clippers, you see this Kawhi shit?
What happened? Breaking news.
They basically said that I guess he was getting too much. Unnamed Clippers source said, "How do you ever build a strong team with that shit going on?" I thought from the beginning we're doomed. Kawhi wants way too much special treatment because I guess he was often late and he believed, and it was, I guess, him and Paul George get to just pick and choose when they wanted to play.
Yeah, people been saying that. They've been saying that for a while.
Well, I mean, LeBron gets to pick and choose when he plays. You know what I'm saying? And he's still winning. You know what I'm saying?
No, but they came to practice. They was late. Like, they really was on some diva shit in fucking LA, fucking Paul George and Kawhi. Like, they was really on some diva shit. Like, nah, I don't need to practice right now. Fuck that shit.
I want to stop the podcast for a moment, and I want you to notice that Ricky has moved back over to the left. And so, like, he over there doing the Cupid shuffle.
That man got comfortable, man.
Right. Lean all the way back. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah.
And then, how do you feel about the ball effect with the Charlotte Hornets being one of the freaking highest selling teams now in terms of like, I guess, marketing? Yeah, just because they drafted LaMelo. Even if you go on their Instagram, bro, that shit is funny. Like, I saw a comment on their Instagram. They posted a picture of LaMelo, and somebody was like, "Yeah, I've been a loyal Hornets fan since draft day."
Like, a lot of people I know a lot of people, cause I'm from the Carolina, so they be talking about they fought with Charlotte like that. So a lot of people are buying them tickets. They want to see what that boy do. They got faith in him.
What do you think about them picking up Gordon Hayward too to go with them? You think that's a good move or bad move?
Stupid.
I'm hit or miss on that one because
I don't like Gordon. Gordon Hayward been overrated since he got out of fucking college, bro.
Well, since he left Utah, he did good in Utah. But here's my thing.
He's been overrated since he got out of college.
He was balling in Utah.
He was balling, but he was like he's still been. You can play good and still be overrated, bro.
Here's my thing, though.
Definitely overrated.
Here's my thing, though. Charlotte can't get anybody to come there. So if you can get anybody to come there to help you build for right now and help LaMelo develop instead of just sticking to Melo, you know what I'm saying, in a crappy situation like you do all your draft picks and then you guys aren't making the playoffs, he doesn't get a winning mentality, all that stuff. Anything you can do to help your draft pick get a winning mentality, I feel like it's not a bad move because they could probably move that contract in a couple of years if they have to. I feel like they if Melo does. But
you talking about Gordon? You giving that to Gordon Hayward though? Like
you're not
that's who you want to teach LaMelo?
You have to give somebody a max contract, and they ain't nobody.
You don't have to.
Yeah, each team has to have a maxed out player. Well, they have to have. I can't remember exactly what the pay scale is, but they have to basically have a maxed out player. Every team has to have a max player. So if nobody else will come to your team and Gordon Hayward's the best that you can get, you might as well get him instead of overpaying Kelly Olynyk again or overpaying somebody else on your roster.
I get that point.
You need somebody.
But Gordon Hayward ain't going to be the answer. I'm talking about your...
Uh-oh. Froze.
Ball?
Everything froze there for a minute. I lost what you said. What did you say?
Well, I said LaMelo. I mean, Gordon Hayward is not the motherfucker to teach LaMelo ball. I don't care. Like, I get your argument, but what you're saying, why they got him, that makes zero sense to me.
At least what I'm saying is Gordon Hayward, every team he's been on, has at least been in the playoff team. So he's not a loser. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a loser mentality. Utah was always making the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They're always making the playoffs in Boston. He's been on some teams that have made the playoffs. So he's not a loser is what I'm saying. So he's going to come in there with a different attitude than some other loser that you guys would pick up in free agency that was willing to go to Charlotte. Because nobody good's going to Charlotte.
Well, I think with Gordon is that he's a good player, but overall he's a role player, but people treat him like he's a star.
Exactly.
Like that's what. Exactly.
That's like so. That's like saying you want a role player to teach. So you want a role player to teach your franchise player to be a fucking superstar.
I feel like he's a step above a role player, though. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, bro. He is though. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's never gonna be your number one. Like he could be a number two if your roster's trash, like he is now, but he would more be the third player on the roster.
It just depends on the roster.
Oh, shit.
I feel like he can. Right. I feel like he can be. You don't. It's not either star or role player. He's a solid starter in the NBA. He's a solid starter in the NBA. He puts up 16 to 20 points a game. He'll get you 5-6 rebounds. He'll get you 5 assists. He's a solid player. I mean, I get what you're saying that he may not be worth 35-40 million a year, but you have to pay somebody. And it's not like who else is going to come to Charlotte? Who's coming to Charlotte?
Like I said, I understood that point of the matter, but saying that he's having him there to help LaMelo is going to be the fucking superstar of that team.
You hope.
Not Gordon Hayward.
You hope.
No, that's what's going to happen.
You just hope. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to happen.
If he fail or not, LaMelo Ball is the superstar of that motherfucking team.
You hope.
Right. Gordon Hayward is just going to be in the background.
Like I think LaMelo is going to be a great player. But don't forget, he just had a brother who we said the same thing about 3 years ago. He's going to be a star in the league. This and that shit happens. When you play on a bad team, you don't develop the right way. You pick up bad habits to start off coming into the league. And that's part of Lonzo's problem.
Not had a bad season yet, though.
That's part of Lonzo. That's part of Lonzo's issues was that he had bad tendencies, bad shooting, bad tendencies. Otherwise, he doesn't get traded.
He hasn't had a bad year.
He hasn't had a good season.
I don't know. I've always felt like basketball. I always felt like you got to give basketball players more time to develop, though.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why Gordon Hayward helps him out, is because he helps him develop and he gives him a winning mentality. You got to have the right players around these players in order to build them up and to build the winningness into them. If that makes sense.
First of all, they're going to Charlotte. They're probably not going to win much anyway. So, with that being said,
Gordon Hayward
you say he's a winner. Okay, he did. He won the championship in Butler. He went to Utah. He was in the playoffs, but he got fucking put out. He went to Boston. He was the fucking bench player by the time he fucking left the motherfucker. He was coming by 6 man.
I thought he was starting last year when he got injured at the end of the season. Are you sure?
I don't remember. I know he was a 6 fucking man for a majority of the time after he came back, bro. That's what I'm saying is. So you telling me you finna get a superstar at his own by himself right now, LaMelo Ball, and you gonna send Gordon Hayward over there, and you think he's gonna try to teach him to win? No, bro. LaMelo Ball is finna be the superstar of that team, hands down, no matter what.
I mean, we have to acknowledge, if we're gonna acknowledge that he wasn't starting Gordon Hayward, we have to acknowledge that was a disastrous injury too. It just took more time for him to come back from that injury after he missed all that time.
Gordon Hayward is what Gordon Hayward is, bro. He's not no fucking superstar, bro.
I'm not saying he's a superstar. I'm saying that he is a solid. He's above a role player. He's a solid starter in the league. A solid starter in the league. Solid.
Wasn't even starting.
He was starting.
On the bench. He was a bench player.
So last year, I'm about to pull it up.
Yes, sir.
So last year, my man put up 17.5 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 4 assists on 50% shooting from the field. Those aren't role player numbers. And
he put up what?
He put up
17. I see it.
And then he started every game last year. So he wasn't a bench player. He started 52 of the 52 games he played. So it's not like he's this trash player. He shoots 38% from the 3-point line. Gordon Hayward is a solid basketball player. I'm not saying he's a star.
I mean, he's good, but
he's not a role player.
He just gets treated as if he's a star. Like when you hear his name, it has like star power to it.
That's why he got that max contract.
I don't think of him as a star, but I think of him as, like I said, a solid player. He's been an all-star before, so I know it's only been once, but he's been an all-star.
That's what he is.
Dude, you're not a role player when you put up 21-7 or 21-7 and 4. You're not a role player.
Just like your boy.
So before he got injured, he was
fucking role player.
So before he got injured, he was putting up 21.9, 5 and 3.5. Those aren't role player numbers. The year before that, he was putting up 19, 5 and 4.
In Utah, right?
Yeah, but Utah's making the playoffs in the Western Conference. The Western Conference has always been the harder conference. So now we're just going to say, and Utah.
The Western Conference has always been a top heavy conference.
It's always been a conference where teams were winning 50 games back to the 6 or 17. All the teams that winning records weren't making the playoffs in the Eastern Conference.
What?
Teams with winning records weren't making the playoffs in the Western Conference. Teams with winning records weren't making the playoffs in the Western Conference.
Okay, no, the first time you said the Eastern.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I was laughing. I was like, he switched it up.
All right. Before we hit this ninja, I got one last little topic for you guys, real quick. Do you guys think that DK Metcalf can be as great as Calvin Johnson, or better?
Yes, but
yes.
I don't think he's there yet. Like the coach
like
said.
Jim Caldwell said.
Yeah, it's like you have the potential to get there and just be just this freaking stud. But
so what do you think the odds are then?
It takes time.
I want to share a story that one of the quarterbacks said from Detroit that he used to play. He played with one of the quarter, I think it was Kitten or somebody got hurt, and the backup quarterback came in, and it was like, all right, if you see this coverage, you do this. You see this coverage, you do that. And everything was just throw it to fucking Calvin Johnson. Like, and then he said, it was one. He was like, so what about cover 2? He said, just throw, he knows the runner streak. Just throw it to him. He said, no, just throw it to him. So he got there. He seen a cover 2. He backed up. Calvin Johnson did the streak, went up there, threw it.
And I will never forget the game.
He said, motherfucking Calvin Johnson came, just took it. He said, so from then on, they never. So Calvin Johnson is just a different type of beast, and I don't think DK Metcalf is there just yet.
Well, I'm not saying there yet, but at this point,
but he definitely has a fucking potential. If he stops some of the drops and things like
that's
that.
That's exactly what I was thinking, bro. I was like, if he'd have caught that touchdown pass,
when they hit him in the head,
when Slay fell down and he like had it down here, like that's the type of catches that are expected. But I think he benefits a lot from. Clearly benefits a lot from having Russ.
What about you know what's crazy is that thing, it kept going even though I had to drop. I had
Turn the video on.
I am fool. All right. So where I dropped out was I guess I was saying last week when the ball hit him in the face, you know what I'm saying, like in the end zone. That's just DK Metcalf's only, like you said, his only negativity is that he dropped some passes. But through the first 27 games of their careers, Calvin Jones had 95 receptions to DK Metcalf's 116. Calvin Johnson had 1662 yards to DK Metcalf's 1939. And Calvin Johnson had 11 touchdowns to DK Metcalf's 16.
I know what you're referencing right now, but I don't think Calvin Johnson like played like his first like year or something like that. It was something like that.
They just had trash quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like
he's always had
Russ got to retire.
That's why
eventually.
He fucking retired.
Yeah, but it's like Russ gonna retire eventually. Like that's the thing. Like I mean, you pair Russ with DK as long as you can, but
Russ probably gonna play another 8-9 years though. He's only like 31, 32. And he's trying to play till he's 40. I just watched something Cold as Balls, the Kevin Hart interview show. Where
he did one with Russ?
Yeah, Russ said he's about to try to play until another 9-10 years.
What is he? Russ like 35, 36, right?
32, 33.
Yeah.
Ain't bad. I mean, Russ still is Russ. I mean, he
right.
I think he's MVP.
I agree.
Oh, for sure.
Because people fail to realize his line is terrible. And their defense, when Jamal Adams went down, was terrible. You know,
they built that defense. They building up though. They didn't build up a nice little. They didn't build up a nice little defense.
Yeah.
The dude Collier.
Yeah,
he balling.
But when Jamal Adams was out, they weren't though. They was playing like boo boo. You know?
Yeah.
Hot boo boo.
That's what I'm saying. But the defense coming together now. I think they're gonna be trouble. So is it too early to do a Super Bowl? Mid-season Super Bowl prediction? Because my
mid-season, bro. We already week 13.
All right, who's your prediction?
But still, that's what I'm saying. Like my shit is dead in the water. When I had in the beginning.
Who'd you pick in the beginning?
Dallas and what had Dallas? Oh, Dallas and Baltimore.
Yo, it's only funny. It's only funny to me because I'm a Dallas fan and I didn't pick that. I've been saying Seattle all season, Seattle and KC. So I'm still looking all right. You know?
Oh my God.
He said Dallas.
I had Dallas and Baltimore.
That's the homerest pick I've seen in my life.
He's week 2 and on, y'all.
What are you talking about, bro? We our team supposed to be fucking immaculate in the beginning of the preseason, all this shit. What you talking about?
Yeah, but then our whole entire line got injured.
But we didn't notice that shit till the shit happened in the first game.
I'm gonna go ahead and blur out that jersey in the background. I edit up the video and post.
Bring the hats on the other side, then whatever you want.
I'm just. There's just gonna be a whole lot of blurring. I'm gonna background image all your stuff out and then have you in a Dallas Cowboy background.
He gonna Photoshop your shit.
Yes.
That's more work than he wants to do.
He gonna have you out here looking like Nate Roberts.
That's smart. Can we rocking this ninjas then?
Yeah, this ninja. So, obviously, if you've been with us for a while, we got this little reoccurring skit called This Ninja, where we talk about people who make this ninja type moves in the sports world or sometimes in the world, in general. This week, I'm going to go ahead and move past my normal, typical This Ninja. I'm going to leave him alone this week.
You ain't got nothing for your favorite president of all time?
I ain't got nothing for 4 or 5 this week. But what I do have is something for Kobe Covington. So Kobe Covington has come out and said after the Nate Robinson fight, I want to dedicate this fight to all the first responders, not the woke athletes, spineless cowards like LeBron James. Heard they finally scraped Nate Robinson's carcass off the floor. I'd like to make LeBron James eat the canvas in half the time. NBA players are the softest and most privileged athletes ever. Says a privileged athlete.
That's
right.
Shit.
Says a privileged athlete who doesn't.
Bro, I've seen them goons for fucking goddamn Cleveland.
Right. Right. And so, I feel like people who don't experience what you experience in life feel like everybody has a fair shake off. And I don't think that that's fair for this dude to consistently be coming out and calling out these players who a lot of them come from the worst imaginable circumstance ever. They weren't raised with the silver spoon, or they didn't grow up in these nice communities that you got a chance to grow up into, and they didn't live the same life you did. So when they made it to the league, do they get paid? Yeah, but you don't know what they had to experience in life just to get to the league. So you can say whatever you want to about people's lives, but a lot of them come from single-parent households, so you don't know about the struggle they had to go through with maybe not eating a meal, maybe not doing this, neighborhoods they had to walk to get to the basketball gyms, people they had to avoid in order to get to college, the stuff that they had to go through in life in order to get to where they're at. That's why these athletes speak out for these people who are less privileged, is because at some point in their life, a lot of them went through the same exact situations and circumstances that these other people are going through. You don't know you're going to be an NBA athlete until you get drafted. So, I feel like Kobe Covington's the biggest piece of shit out there. But
damn.
He is, dog. He is. He's straight up a piece of shit. He panders to racism.
He's supposed to be a this ninja, not a people.
Hey, this ninja's a piece of shit. So that's what I got today. Jay, what you got?
Ricky, you want to go?
Sure, why not? My fucking this ninja today goes to the one and only Jerry fucking Jones. He had the nerve to compare the practice squad little wide receiver named Kendall Hinton. Talking about we was in that same position with Ben DiNucci. No, dummy, you fucking drafted Ben DiNucci. So my this ninja goes out to fucking Jerry Jones for being a complete fucking idiot on that.
Oh my God. Speaking of that, did you see that teams are starting to sign a COVID relief QB now to their practice squad to make sure? Or a quarantine QB. I think that's what they call it. I don't know. They're signing extra QBs to their practice squad now. But anyways, I'm going to go, because I love doing this. I'm going with my boy down there. SumnSumnSumn, hit the keys for this trash ass. No, right now you're down there.
You're pointing at Rick. You're pointing at Ricky on my screen, so I'm good with that.
Wherever this man is at, we are giving it to SumnSumnSumn, hit the keys for multiple reasons, right? Because he's saying he's over there, but on our screens he's down there because it froze and he had to leave and come back in, and now he looks like he's frozen again. But the reason for that is because this man is still rocking trash ass Windows 8 over there. How the hell you do all this stuff on computers? You literally be on computers all day. You got a YouTube channel. You make beats. You do music. You do podcasts. You're on computers all day. And this man is rocking. Right, he works from home on the PC, rocking Windows 8 from 2009. What are you doing, my guy? What are you doing?
Talking about Windows 8, bro.
This man said, did you not hear him at the beginning? This man said, yo, it would take me so long to transfer my stuff over. I got like 500 gigabytes worth of stuff, bro. That is a half of a hard drive.
like 500, 600 gigabytes, man. It's a lot.
That is a half a hard drive. You could get a 1 terabyte hard drive for like $50. What is he talking about, bro? I got a 5 terabyte hard drive right there.
I got
Windows 8, bro.
I got a 2 terabyte.
I'm still stuck, bro. Bro, I'm still stuck, bro. You got
Windows 8, bro. Windows 8, bro.
No.
You can go to Walmart. You can go to Walmart and buy a computer for $100, and it's gonna have Windows 10 on it. What the hell, bro? And you do all this. This man gonna upload and that's why his uploads be taking forever. That's why y'all ain't gonna see this until tomorrow because he on Windows 8.
Jeez. I didn't realize it was going to be a roast session today, but apparently
it's always a roast session.
I brought my ass to get fired up. Damn.
I'm just saying, bro. You on computers more than I'm on computers, and I fucking stream.
Well, I ain't got no comment. You know, I bought this computer in like 2000, I think it's 15 or 16, right before they dropped Windows 10. That I never upgraded because I had a desktop, and I used the desktop for music and stuff all the time. This
man's whole life comes through that computer, and he's like, I don't need to upgrade it.
Taking donations below.
He said no upgrade necessary. I've been rocking the same computer for 20 fucking years. Been running beats, making music.
Only foe.
Yeah, making beats. Doing work. Don't you do other stuff through Amazon as well? Like, come on, man. Your whole everything is through your computer.
We always thought it was the internet. Hell no, it's that fucking Windows 98.
I hate y'all.
It had to be done, bro.
I guess with that being said, make sure you guys check me out on YouTube. Something. Hit the keys.
Realize that he
still use AOL dial-in. Don't call him.
Yo, man, for Jay, for Ricky, we're signing off. Fuck these niggas. We're out. Peace.